Hi, it's Hugh. I think uncertainty is about focus and perception. It's something in our minds. And a lot gets talked about when it comes to uncertainty these days, with people saying it's the most uncertain world ever, and certain industries are uncertain, and the economy's uncertain, and we're reading the news every day or every couple of minutes on our phones, and people get overwhelmed by it. And when we focus on the uncertainties and we're trying to decipher it, we sort of feel it everywhere and we perceive it in our own minds. Conversely, we can kind of keep things simple and focus on what we can do about things and focus on a degree of certainty, and that's more actionable. And I think humans, we're healthily curious about uncertainty. We see it and we want to understand it and decipher what's happening, but I think it turns into a bit of an obsession. For example, if I stare out into space and I look up at all the stars and imagine the solar systems and the planets out there and the endless universe and try to make sense of it, I can feel overwhelmed by that because it's too complex. It's too uncertain for me to fathom. And if I check the news 5-10 times a day, trying to stay across overseas wars and elections and natural disasters and things like that, and trying to make sense of it and see how it's going to impact me and trying to pull this all together and create a narrative in my own mind, it's a fair distraction from what we should be really doing and what we can control in our lives. Now, I'm not saying don't take in that kind of news and those big mega trends which are going on in the world. It is important to understand, but we need to kind of capture it, think about it, and then compartmentalize and put it aside, work out what it means to us, but then focus on what we can control. And that's one of the key roles of a leader in an organization, particularly if you're leading through significant upheaval and change in the organization, which you might have instigated. People need something to hold on to. They need to know what to focus on day to day, or you'll lose the productive efficiency of the organization. So during times of change and upheaval, the great organizational leaders will create some kind of certainty. Tell us what we need to be focusing on right now. Tell us what the next few months looks like. Tell us what the long-term vision is for the organization and what success looks like for us. Orient us to that, and then we can work out what we can control and what we need to do to get there. And plus, we'll be able to focus on that and push aside the distractions. So what are you doing to create certainty for your people this week?